Right now at 5, Adam Fravel's murder trial continues into its third day.
And everything you need to know about early voting in Wisconsin.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 5. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown. Adam Fravel's murder trial continued today with more testimonies from law enforcement. The state presented evidence collected from the Fravel residence back in April of 2023. Investigators described pieces of clothing and electronics, as well as a black laptop found in a dumpster and an unidentified electronic device discovered in a burn pit. Authorities believe this burned item may be a computer. The defense questioned investigators about these items and a phone connected to Kingsbury's van. Next, the state will call Brooke Pulowski, who owns the daycare Kingsbury and Fravel's children attended.
The suspect in a Sparta homicide made an appearance in Monroe County Court this morning. 39-year-old Andrew Nauman is charged with first-degree intentional homicide in the death of 35-year-old Takara Manning. Sparta police found Manning with life-threatening injuries at an Oak Street home on October 6th. She later died at the hospital. Police arrested Nauman 2 days later for bail jumping. He had been out on bond for a separate strangulation and battery incident. He's now held on a $1 million cash bond and is back in court November 8th.
An Eau Claire man is charged with an OWI after crashing into a utility pole that downed power lines and ignited a grass fire. According to the Eau Claire County Sheriff's Office, responders were called to the 10,000 block of Olson Drive in the township of Seymour just before 2 p.m. on Sunday. Firefighters quickly put out the grass fire. The driver, 76-year-old John Bauer, was taken to the hospital and later charged with operating while intoxicated. The road was closed for about 2.5 hours before the scene was cleared.
A Black River Falls man is in custody after a police chase in Eau Claire County. Fairchild Police Chief Chad Halverson says 29-year-old Keegan Fogelson fled a traffic stop Saturday night, leading to a police pursuit. Fogelson allegedly threw items including a hatchet-like item at police and rammed a squad car 5 times. He then ran into a nearby residence, locking himself inside. Fogelson eventually surrendered on the promise of being able to smoke a few cigarettes. Fogelson is facing several charges, including fleeing and eluding, reckless endangerment, and bail jumping.
Well, we had nearly record warmth once again today. A few locations Sunday actually hit it. Today we came close, not quite there. 82 for La Crosse. The record was 83, so pretty close. 86 was the record for Eau Claire. They got up to also 83, so quite warm, but not quite where we want to get record level. It's going to be a very warm evening overall for both locations. Increasing cloud cover, but only getting down to 67 at about 10 p.m. with that south wind beginning to pick up. Same story for La Crosse. High clouds will begin to increase throughout the night. We'll only get down to 66 at about 10 p.m. with that south wind beginning to pick up and increasing. Overall, there's your current temperatures, and there's the cloud cover. Very thin cirrus, high clouds, so we say it. Otherwise, upper 70s, still low 80s, so some very mild conditions. As we scan out, we're tracking the system to the south that's bringing cloud cover. And then there's a cold front well to the northwest, up into Montana. That's also going to be a feature we're going to be tracking overall throughout the next days. But for tonight, it's going to feel very mild. Actually, these temperatures are about where our highs should be for right now, but they're going to be in the mid to upper 50s, so a warm start for your going in your Tuesday. The bigger story going into Tuesday and beyond, we're going to have cloud cover. We also have some rain chances that'll be coming up. We'll kind of break down those rain chances because we do need the rain and what it looks like going into next weekend and obviously going into Halloween too a bit later.
All right. Thank you, Greg.
Early voting for the November general elections will start in La Crosse at City Hall tomorrow. Early in-person and absentee voting will begin at 8:30 a.m. on weekdays and will be available until November 1st. If a voter has a disability or impairment, they will be able to pick up a ballot at the entrance or curbside. Electors will also be able to register to vote curbside.
Congressman Derek Van Orden is in La Crosse for a campaign stop. He's meeting with local business leaders in the La Crosse Area Chamber of Commerce for a 3rd Congressional District Forum. He's giving remarks on his legislative priorities and providing an overview of the last congressional session. Van Orden today emphasizing the importance of the 3rd District's votes in the November election.
So I want our hardworking men and women of the 3rd Congressional District to get out and vote. We've got same-day voter registration. Do it right now.
Van Orden's opponent, the Democrat Rebecca Cook, will participate in her portion of the forum on Wednesday.
Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren and Senator Tammy Baldwin are hosting a campaign event at UWL today. Warren and Baldwin are meeting with students to promote early voting and rally support for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. Both spoke about the importance of the upcoming election and encouraged voters to make a plan to vote. Warren highlighted Harris's plans to lower costs for Wisconsin families and safeguard fundamental freedoms. Warren's stop comes after her rally in Eau Claire Sunday.
A number of area school districts, Emily, will have referendums on the ballot this November. That includes West Salem, who's looking for approval for not one, but two referendums. News 8 Now's Allison Fergit joins us with the explainer.
West Salem voters will have the option to approve a $3.5 million recurring operational referendum and a $28 million capital improvement referendum. School officials say both referendums are important to the district's future. The operational referendum is designed to maintain current district programs. The district successfully passed an operational referendum in 2022, but that funding will end next year, and the needs aren't going away. This time, the district is asking for a recurring referendum so they don't have to go back to the voters. Ultimately, Superintendent Ryan Reber says the operational referendum is important for students' educational opportunities and to help the district retain staff.
We want to make sure that our community and our students get the highest possible education they can possibly get, and we feel that our teachers are the ones that provide that for them.
The goal to provide the highest possible education is also the motivation behind the $28 million capital referendum. The project includes creating more gym space at the elementary school and building a new career and technical education center at the high school. The district says if the operational referendum passes, property taxes would stay the same. But if the capital referendum passes, taxes would increase $110 per $100,000 of property value. Now, the referendums are not dependent on each other, which means you can vote for one and vote against the other. But ultimately, school district officials say voting for both would be the best for students. Reporting in West Salem, Allison Fergit, News 8 Now.
Allison, thank you. Back to the battlegrounds.
With just 15 days till Election Day, candidates are campaigning in key swing states.
As president, I will be laser focused on creating opportunities for the middle class that advance their economic security, stability, and dignity.
Harris will lower the cost of living and cut taxes for middle-class families.
Because I strongly believe when the middle class is strong, America is strong.
Kamala Harris for president. The United Associations Union Plumbers and Pipefitters vote pack is responsible for the content of this ad.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we've helped hunters gear up for the season for over 6 decades. So as you prep for this year's hunt, shop unbeatable deals on supplies to make your trip successful. Like 10 packs of Grabber head warmers, just $5.99. This Stealth Cam 360 trail camera, only $129.99. Hit the road with 5 quarts of Citgo SuperGuard full synthetic motor oil, $17.99. And all Fram oil filters are 20% off for rewards members. Gear up for the hunt and save at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
A flood of illegals, skyrocketing prices, global chaos, and Kamala wouldn't change a thing.
Would you have done something differently than President Biden during the past 4 years?
There is not a thing that comes to mind.
Nothing will change with Kamala. More weakness, more war, more welfare for illegals, and even more taxes. Only President Trump cut middle-class taxes, and only President Trump will do it again.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
News 8 Now and Dairyland Power Cooperative present the Community Calendar.
Join the Scouts Saturday, October 19th for a magical day filled with treats and enchanting activities at their non-scary trick-or-treat trail. This event is great for the whole family with fun activities to experience. The Friends of Onalaska Library Book Sale takes place October 17th through the 19th at the Onalaska Public Library. Thousands of books, DVDs, CDs, and magazines, most $1 or under.
For more information on these events, or if you'd like to submit an event, visit news8000.com.
He thinks he's better than us. Derek Van Orden said, "I don't give a who you are. I'm a congressman." So it's no surprise Derek Van Orden would cut Social Security and Medicare and give more tax cuts to corporations and the wealthy. We earned those benefits with every paycheck, but Derek Van Orden thinks he's better than us. Don't let Derek Van Orden cut Social Security and Medicare. Your community PAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
Now, there's just 15 days until Election Day, and the presidential candidates have packed their schedules, making pitches in several battleground states.
Nicole Sganga is in Washington with the latest on the race for the White House.
Early in-person voting got underway today in more states, including Texas. But Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump are laser focused on undecided voters and getting out the vote in a handful of key battlegrounds.
Let's get to it. Let's do it.
Harris joined former Republican Congresswoman Liz Cheney at a town hall in suburban Pennsylvania. The two warned that the former president is a threat to democracy.
Our adversaries know that they can play Donald Trump. They absolutely know that they can play him.
In many, many ways, Donald Trump is an unserious man. But the consequences of him being president of the United States are brutally serious.
Harris also speaks to voters in Wisconsin and Michigan today while Trump barnstorms North Carolina, a state he won in 2020.
More than 1 million people have already voted in North Carolina, with many in the western part of the battleground state still dealing with Hurricane Helene's devastation.
They got to vote. They want to vote because it's very important, but they have to survive.
Trump visited the hard-hit town of Swannanoa, but did not tour the area. He repeated previous misleading claims about FEMA's response and said his administration would do better.
They were not supposed to be spending the money on taking in illegal migrants, maybe so they could vote in the election.
Jeff Howell is the emergency management coordinator for Yancey County. He told 60 Minutes that misinformation is hurting the recovery effort.
It takes their focus away from what they're supposed to be doing when they're having to debunk this sort of stuff.
A Republican Congressman, Chuck Edwards, who owns McDonald's restaurants, presented Trump with a French fry certification pin after serving fries to pre-selected supporters at a campaign stop in Pennsylvania over the weekend. Nicole Sganga, CBS News, Washington.
Trump stays in the Tar Heel State today for a rally in Greenville. He'll meet with religious leaders tonight.
Stuffing the truck.
Salvation Army's latest outreach to the unhoused community.
And fall, yes, is returning. It's felt like summer for the last couple days, but we do have more fall-like weather in your store for this week and going into your holiday weekend and Halloween. That coming up on your First One Weather Update after the break.
The lawyer you choose makes a difference because you get this one chance to get this right, and you want somebody that's going to fight for you and get you the resolution that you need. I'm so glad that I called BGR.
Complete your roofing project now and get an 11% rebate at Menards. Your roof is the first line of defense against the elements. Owens Corning shingles are the #1 brand trusted by contractors. Choose from over 40 options and get a limited lifetime warranty and up to 130 miles per hour wind warranty. Get an 11% rebate on all Owens Corning shingles right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Let's talk about Rebecca Cook. She's a political operative. She's worked for Defund the Police radicals across this country.
Cook spent millions getting Mandela Barnes elected, the most anti-law enforcement candidate in Wisconsin's history.
You remember Barnes, the guy who said reducing prison populations was sexy?
Defund the police radicals make it harder for us to keep you safe.
That's why we can't support Rebecca Cook, because she'll never support us.
I'm Derek Van Orden, and I approve this message.
Derek Van Orden's in trouble, and the special interests are bailing him out. Just look at who's paying for all these ads. Big banks, insurance companies, drug companies. Because Washington insiders want to restrict health care access and let insurers deny people with pre-existing conditions. Millions would lose coverage. Wisconsin's fed up with Van Orden and Washington insiders. We want leaders who will fight for us.
I'm Rebecca Cook, and I approve this message.
Did you know that when you buy from Maury's, you get Maury's Promise? Maury's will always offer you our best price first, upfront, pure and simple. And our product specialists are commission-free, so there's no haggling necessary. Our lifetime powertrain warranty on new vehicles covers your engine and transmission nationwide for life. Also, our powertrain warranty on Maury's certified pre-owned vehicles covers you for 10 years, 100,000 miles, and much, much more. Maury's, moving life forward.
Is your personal injury lawyer trying to sell you a settlement that you don't think is fair? You need a lawyer who won't settle your case just to move on to the next one. Get the full compensation you deserve. Get Bygoff and Rohde.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
A local business is teaming up with the Salvation Army for a food drive.
Train Technologies is partnering with the nonprofit for a Stuff the Truck event, gathering non-perishable food items and hygiene products for the unhoused community. More than 60 residents stay at the Salvation Army, and items from the food drive will support their meal programs.
Community supports its community. So the great thing about the La Crosse area is we have many folks that are interested in helping out one another. Having a public-facing community drive, partnering with an organization, collecting and then dispersing just makes sense for everyone.
Guam says folks in need of some extra food should reach out to the Salvation Army through their website or by giving them a call.
Well, I'm going to call it. It was a winning weekend for Wisconsin. Not only did the Packers win, right. I was really proud of y'all's team.
Oh,
like that was
That's
a
nice
really
cover.
fun.
You texting the fans.
No, it really was. But also for outdoors people, like the perfect amount of warmth and breeze, and the colors were in full vibrancy, I felt like, and there were still leaves on the trees, Greg.
I don't know, I have to disagree with you on that. I think it was too warm, actually, in my opinion. But for some that like the warm conditions, they love the weekend. Otherwise, we had some of us would like to be more fall-like. Unfortunately, we are going to get more fall-like temperatures. And yeah, the peak of the leaves, really, it's kind of been hit and miss really right now with the wind that we've had for several weekends. Some trees have actually lost their leaves, some are turning it. So it's been hit and miss too. Not all, I would think, vibrant colors that we've seen in the last few years. But overall, peak up to the north, our area really is at peak. So the next week here, I think that's the time to see the last of most of the leaves. We'll see a few remaining trees. The one story we're going to have with another front coming is the winds are going to begin to pick up as we go throughout tomorrow night into Wednesday behind a cold front. So that's probably going to help remove some of these leaves going into Wednesday morning. It's probably going to be quite breezy behind this cold front coming through. So we can see winds 10 to 20 miles per hour, at least going through the morning commute and then kind of tailing off in the afternoon. But more wind's going to get rid of more leaves too. So that opportunity for leaves is going to get a little bit less as we go throughout. Otherwise, we look at the big picture. We still have the storm. We have a storm to the south that looks pretty impressive right now. Kind of that spin you can see down there that's going to begin to pull some moisture up to our area. And here's the cold front up to the north that I just mentioned. That's going to bring the winds basically tomorrow night into Wednesday. Those two combined are going to give us a slight chance for showers, and it's just going to be a slight chance. Not expecting widespread significant rainfall as we go without these systems, but we are going to see a little bit of a change here. So very mild night. Temperatures struggling to get below 50, mid to upper 50s, which is kind of where we should be for our average high right now. More clouds, some showers Tuesday, a little bit in the morning, and then I think a better shot maybe towards the afternoon and a better shot as you go further north. Cooler, but still well above average. Much cooler, more seasonable Wednesday, and that means back to the 50s to where we should be. Overall, if we kind of time out tomorrow, the area to watch is just south of La Crosse. Is going to bring up a little bit of moisture with that system to the south. We could see a little bit of a shower or sprinkle come through the area. Won't amount to too much through the morning. We're talking about 10 to 11, and then it kind of fades away by the time we get to about noon. And then we're going to watch the cold front get approach as we get closer to about 4 p.m. And then 5 p.m. you can start seeing a line of a little bit of showers come through Eau Claire, maybe in the early evening, so 7 to 9 p.m. And then it kind of fades or weakens as it comes through. So areas south of I-94 probably won't see much in the way of this shower activity going through the evening and overnight. But you notice the winds turn around to the northwest, and that's when they'll begin to pick up and become quite breezy for the morning hour. So tomorrow's highs, cooler, but still well above average. It's still above 10 to 15 degrees above average, so mild, but you'll notice a little bit of a difference. Then as we go into Wednesday's highs, that's our lows actually tonight. They're going to be our highs Wednesday. So you see the difference we're going to see going into Wednesday. Thursday, we have our next best chance of rain coming. I think this is probably the best chance of all week is with these two systems come together. We're going to see a decent shot of rain coming through probably Thursday night into early Friday, along with another cold front, and that means our temperatures are going to bounce up Thursday, come back down Friday once again. So overall, that's your amount. We could see 1/4 of an inch in some areas as we go into Thursday night. But over the 8-day forecast shows you that bouncing up and down with the temperatures. There's that rain chance Thursday afternoon that goes into Thursday night, the best chance we're going to probably see all week. The weekend looks overall pretty seasonable, and then I'm really starting to think that we're going to see a wet period start up sometime next week, and we could have significant rainfall if everything comes together. And unfortunately, that would mean Halloween would be included on that one too. But for all the parties this Saturday this weekend look pretty good.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, that's more important.
Thank you, Greg.
The spookiest of Swifties.
How one Indiana couple's Halloween display is a nod to the pop icon when we come back.
Tomorrow on News 8 Now this morning, join us as we dive into the La Crosse Area YMCA's annual Giving Day. We'll chat with representatives about how you can help support life-changing programs in our community.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
Fall savings are on now at Home Furniture. The more you buy, the more you save. Get up to an extra 10% off sale prices. Right now, this two-piece modular sectional is just $11.99. Plus, get 60% off all fall and Halloween decor in the market. Hurry in, fall savings at Home Furniture ends Saturday.
Racist and offensive. Ryan Hipsch's social media history tells us who he really is. In one post, Hipsch said that he wanted a hat with the N-word embroidered on it. In another, Hipsch aims a rifle and comments that he can't wait to kill Muslims using a slur. Then wrote, LOL, that was racist. And that's just the beginning. Hipsch's social media posts are full of degrading terms for women and people with disabilities. Tell Ryan Hipsch that his agenda is too extreme for the Coulee region.
I've been with U.S. Cellular for 27 years. They've always taken care of me. But when they asked me to talk to you about their special customer event, Us Days, I said, I gotta get in shape. So they sent me this Hollywood trainer. Oh, this guy's no joke. Us Days means exclusive deals just for us customers.
Now let's try burpees.
Us Days is back at U.S. Cellular. Current customers get $1,200 off any phone, plus $400 off any tablet.
A flood of illegals, skyrocketing prices, global chaos, and Kamala wouldn't change a thing.
Would you have done something differently than President Biden during the past 4 years?
There is not a thing that comes to mind.
Nothing will change with Kamala. More weakness, more war, more welfare for illegals, and even more taxes. Only President Trump cut middle-class taxes, and only President Trump will do it again.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
It's Jeep Adventure Days at Chrysler Winona. Lease a new four-door Jeep Wrangler Willys V6 with heated seats and steering wheel for $549 down and $549 per month, or buy from $10,000 off of MSRP. Need more room? A new 3-row Jeep Grand Cherokee L with heated leather, sunroof, and a V6 engine, up to $10,000 MSRP, or lease from $599 down and $599 per month. So see us today at our new location, Highway 61, Winona.
Fall savings are now at Home Sleep Express. The more you buy, the more you save. Get up to an extra 10% off sale prices on quality mattress brands Luxuria and Thomas Cole Sleep. Hurry, don't miss out on fall savings going on now at Home Sleep Express.
Well, some big Swifties in Indianapolis have created a spooky tribute to Taylor Swift.
Yeah, it's the Fearless Tour House, a wordplay on Swift's Eras Tour. The display has a skeleton for each of her albums. The couple that lives there says they started planning the display in August. A thief actually stole 5 of the skeletons Thursday, but they ended up turning up later in the day without their clothes.
All right. Taylor does a lot of wardrobe changes, so the couple plans to just dress them up again. Weird. All right. We're just going to let that sit with you for the next 2 minutes. We'll be right back.
Oh my gosh.
Did you know the Habitat Restore sells more than used furniture, fine tools, lumber, decor, and more at the Restore. Open Wednesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Come shop at the Habitat Restore in La Crosse.
Sometimes a celebration means fireworks and loud music. I'll just tell you that I'm celebrating 35 years at the board store, 80 years on the planet, and my daughter Danielle becoming the new general manager of the board store. Let what's personal to me be personal to you with savings on your next home improvement.
Call for a prompt free estimate on windows and doors, on siding or gutters, on a bathroom or a kitchen, on a sunroom or deck.
Better products.
Better people.
Better prices.
The board store, improving your home, improving your life.
Eric Hovde has a problem with the truth. Time and again, his ads have been called false. He's a desperate candidate, willing to say anything. But here's what's true. Eric Hovde has a plan to slash Social Security 28%, Medicare 25%, veterans benefits 40%, all to spend $4 trillion on tax breaks for rich guys like himself. Eric Hovde's lying, and he's not for us.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
I'm Rebecca Cook, and like most folks in Wisconsin, I'm somewhere in the middle.
Oh, please. Don't be fooled by Rebecca Cook. She made her living trying to elect Democrat extremists. Cook proudly supported radicals who want to defund police, end cash bail, and throw open the border. No wonder extremists like AOC are spending big bucks to elect liberals like Cook. Rebecca Cook, just another liberal trying to fool you. Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
This illegal immigrant was recently arrested in southwestern Wisconsin for a sexually violent attack on a woman, a suspected Venezuelan gang member who entered the U.S. just last year. Unfortunately, Steve Doyle supports sanctuary cities that protect criminals like this, and Doyle opposed sending resources to secure the border to keep dangerous criminals like Alejandro Jose Coronel Zarate away from our families. Steve Doyle's failures are destroying Wisconsin lives. Steve Doyle, unwilling to secure the border, unfit to serve.
Hello, I'm Christy Halenka, Reading Program Chair at Viterbo University. Viterbo is proud to serve our area communities by providing programs that produce quality educators and leadership in our schools. Viterbo University is once again partnering with News 8 to recognize outstanding classroom teachers in the area. We look forward to working with generations of teachers and change agents for years to come. Do you know a top-notch teacher? Then go online to news8000.com or write to this address.
Did you know the Habitat Restore sells more than used furniture, fine tools, lumber, decor, and more at the Restore. Open Wednesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Come shop at the Habitat Restore in La Crosse.
All right, goodbye to the 80s. We got more 70s, maybe some rain, more fall-like hopefully this week than we've had this summer kind of weekend.
Hello to the rain. We need it.
Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you at 6.